Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Revenge of the Q&A. There's a lot to talk about this week. First off, we have the contest winners. I had to wait. I'll explain why. I held off giving you the winners just because I wanted to make sure, one, I had all the prizes that so I could actually give them out, because I didn't have the headphones yet, and I still was waiting on... Look, I was waiting on things. And, two, I got something really awesome from CD Projekt, and I was like, I want to show that with you guys. So, I'm going to do that as well. So enough of jibber-jabber. Mouth movement. That's a gif. For you. And instead, let's get down to these contest winners. I have a whole list here, and we'll just go down the list, and I'll put the names up on the screen, and we'll do all of that. The winners of the WoW contest are Joe S. He has not contacted me, so Joe S., I sent you a million things to contact you. You have not responded. If you don't, that prize is forfeit for someone else, buddy. There is Marcus D. from Miami, Florida. There is Steven. He is from Ontario, Canada. And then, of course, there is Ichi Fails, who is from Bucharest, Romania, and he wants me to let you know that it's the land of Zook. I should point that out. The shirts go to Danielle M. of New York, George L. of Seattle, Washington, Cody H. of Ontario, Canada representing, Ansley D.B. from the UK, Wales, Mateusz K., not even going to try to pronounce that last name, dude, from Poland, and Dan S., who is from Fort Wayne, Indiana. When it comes to the skins, our winners are Skeptic... Ooh, I almost gave away his YouTube name. The reason why I'm doing first name, last initial is because last time I gave out YouTube names, people got hacked and it ended very badly, and people had prizes stolen, and yeah, so we're just gonna do last names and where they're from. Blake S. from the USA. The next one is Jordan S. from British Columbia. The BCA. Jasmine M. from Norcross, Georgia. And Scott E. from Kent, Washington. Congrats. When it comes to headphones, there is Brandon E. from London, and then there is Jeff B. from Erie, PA, and then there is... I'm just gonna say Minor. That's the last part of his YouTube name. Dude, you have yet to contact me! That, again, that prize will be forfeit if you do not. If you're wondering why it took so long, this would be the reason. Getting a hold of people who win free stuff is really hard. So, I'll give you about a week. If you don't contact me, next Q&A, we'll just give it away again. Also, when it comes to the bigger prizes, the goodie bags, that goes to Nathan OK from Wales, UK. Max V wins another. He didn't say where he was from, so I'll have to email him and find that out. And, of course, Corbin B from Rome, Georgia. Congrats to you guys. Next, Far Cry 3. That goes to Jared D. He didn't really say where he's from. And then Halo 4 is Regan N. of Hollywood, California. And then, of course, the big thing everyone really cares about, the iPad mini goes to Nicholas G. of Boston, Mass. Considering I'll be in Boston in March, I'll let you decide, Nick, if you want to wait. I can, sign it and hand it to you personally if you're going to PAX. I don't know. I was trying to be nice. That sounds like really too much effort on your part. But, Anyway, so thank you to everyone who entered. If you won, congrats. If you didn't win, it was all random draw. It happens. Sometimes you get the bear. Sometimes the bear gets you. But hopefully you enjoyed the contest and you thought it was a cool idea. I definitely am going to do another one next Christmas. I had a blast. I thought it was fun. And I'll just save everything I get this year from all the different places that I go. And we'll do it again. But speaking of cool things that I get from different places that I've been, you all know that almost this time last year, I went to Poland to go visit CD Projekt, and they're one of my absolute favorite companies, and so it was awesome that one day I opened the mail and received this package. This is literally it. There was a thing on here that had my address, but it doesn't anymore. And so it was like, Night City needs you, and then it tells you to go to the cyberpunk.net website. Well, of course, if you go to the cyberpunk.net website, it is the trailer for Cyberpunk 2077. If you've seen it, you know it's like one of those visual feast trailers. It's really cool looking. It's sort of a teaser that doesn't necessarily tell you what the game's about, but hints about it, which is very cool. And again, their animation, the guys who make the cinematics there, are amazing. Anyway, in this package was this, my very official patch to join the Night City PD, Psycho Squad. So now I'm part of it, which I guess gives me powers. So watch yourself, bad guys. Anyway, I just thought that was really cool, and I wanted to thank them for that, because not only was I excited to get that, but to see the trailer, they were hyping up their new game for a while, and to see that that's it, I'm really excited. So hopefully it'll be just as good as Witcher 2 was. And if you haven't seen it already, I think Angry Joe posted about this. There's a big conspiracy out there where one of the scenes that like flashes for like a millisecond, it has code, and in that code there's like this thing, and the legit part is that it hints at Witcher 3, and it says get ready for February 5th. So whatever February 5th is, besides the launch date of a lot of cool games, it also is when we'll find out, maybe, about Witcher 3, which could be awesome. I'm just saying. Also, CD Projekt hired me to do voices. I want to do a voice in The Witcher, like, hello, Witcher, it's me, a guy who's gambling and hitting on whores. Anyway, that's it for that, so let's get down to the hat. Question the first comes from Karafa Adam, or Adam Karafa? I'm not sure which way this is supposed to be. I'll just call you the Karafster, and we'll go from there. I would like to ask, did you ever feel yourself unmotivated, just a little bit, or up to a point, when you thought, I'm not going to do this any further, I'm done? I'm asking this because, I'm at that point right now. There is not a single comment on what I'm doing right now to keep me going, and I'm just grinding up because of this. Thank you for your time. Sorry for my bitching. Don't be sorry. That's what the Q&A is about. Being sorry. No, seriously though, when it comes to your point, I assume you're talking about YouTube videos or anything else that you're doing where just no one seems to care. I would say the key that everyone's missing, and this happens in real life, in business, anywhere. If you're doing things and you want people to see it, you have to go advertise. At the end of this video, there'll be an advertise like shameless whore. And I think I've mentioned this before, but I think people just keep letting it slip by them. It's one of the most important things in the world. Advertise, advertise, advertise. If you don't, no one's going to care. And so my big tip to everyone, I've said this all along, and I'm not one of those people on YouTube who's like, I don't want to tell people the secrets of YouTube because I don't want them to take me over. I've been passed by more Minecraft people than I even, like, every time I go look at, like, vid stats or whatever, I see, like, Minecraft people just fly by me in subscribers. What can I say? I don't care. You know, I'm gonna do me, you can do you. But, what I think the big thing is Minecraft people go out and find other Minecraft people and say, hey, look, I'm making Minecraft videos. And other Minecraft people are like, oh, that's awesome. And so they go watch that. If you're doing Far Cry 3, you might want to go to a Far Cry 3 forum and say, hey, I'm making Far Cry 3 videos. Want to check them out? If you play WoW, you need to go to a WoW forum and be like, hey, I'm making WoW videos. You want to check it out? And what will happen is people will go look at it. Some people are going to hate you right off just because they don't like your personality. I get that all the time. What are you going to do? Not everyone likes everyone else. That's just life. Some people are going to flame you and be like, oh, you suck. But hey, one, you got their review, and two, they posted something. So that helps that. And then other people are going to actually subscribe to you and watch you and love you. And I think that's what people need to figure out, is when you start, you need to go promote. When I started, I was on the WoW forums every day. I was like, look at this video, look at this video. When it wasn't WoW content, I went to those forums and was like, look at this video, look at this video. You have to promote yourself. That's how businesses, like real businesses, fail. If they don't promote themselves, who knows they exist? Your channel, who knows it exists besides you? There are a ton of YouTube channels, and I wouldn't even hazard a guess. Millions and millions and millions. So, I don't even know. Finding you in that is hard for people. And a lot of time the analytics don't work, and just searches don't necessarily give you the best result. Just the one that has like the most views is usually on top. Things like that. So finding someone who's just starting is really hard. So you have to promote. That's my tip for you. Hopefully you'll appreciate that little nugget of Jesse wisdom. And from there, the sky's the limit, man. Question the second. This comes from Hieronymus Cavastis. You guys and your names today. Hieronymus Cavastis. He wants to know, from my preconceived idea of what political alignment dogma you may hold, dear God, you may hold allegiance to, I have to ask, why do you support the degenerate neoliberal cultural Marxist and staunchly anti-traditional end of the spectrum? If I am wrong in my judgment, I simply wish to know what political ideology you follow or identify with. Well, that is a question. Really, this is pretty simple for me. I'm right down the middle. In this country, we have two political parties, the Democrats and Republicans. The rest of the world has many, many, many parties. I don't know how you guys can handle them, because I can barely tolerate the two that we have. But basically, I'm down the middle. I like things from both parties, but at the same time, both parties have completely sold themselves out to big business and corporations. But I think the important thing here is your actual question, which is why it seems like I lean more towards the left. I think it's just because in recent years, the Republican Party has leaned so far to the right. When you have, I'm not saying all of them, this is just me saying when you have people who are like this, who say women's bodies can fight off rape, pregnancy by rape, because they have magical vagina powers, that sits wrong with me. There's a lot of men telling women what to do. I'm not cool with that. So I guess if that makes me more left-leaning, so be it. Having taught in an inner-city school and having seen the lives that people in the inner city lead, the ones who, in this country, a lot of people are like, oh, they don't want to work, they're lazy. Having seen them actively try to find work and be rejected over and over and over again just because they're young and black, that doesn't sit well with me. So, I feel like sometimes they need a little help. If that makes me a little lefty communist, then, what are you going to do? But I don't really feel like I am. I don't necessarily vote Democrat all the time, and that's just who I am, I guess. But what are you going to do? And finally, question number 3, a much shorter question. This is from The Affronted. What is your favorite Dynasty or Samurai Warriors game? Finally, something I can answer without feeling like, oh god, am I going to make people mad? Actually, this is probably the one that's going to get most people mad. For me, I think it's Dynasty Warriors 5. Whatever, it's either 5 or 4. Whichever one had, like, a bajillion characters. That's what I love about Warriors Orochi Hyper 3, which is basically a million characters to select from. Sure, the story was pretty much the same for all the different characters, but the fact that there were little nuances and little cutscenes here and there, I really liked that. In Dynasty Warriors 6 and 7, they cut back on that. I guess, like, the first couple, they just kept getting more and more and more, and finally they were like, there's too many characters! So they cut back. So now the story mode only features, like, 9, 10, 11 characters, but the other characters are there, but they just don't have anything fun, which is kind of a letdown. So I think 5 is my favorite. 4? It's whatever game it is before they stopped calling Calpy, which is an amazing name. Anyway, guys, that's it. But before I go, I have a Fan Friday question for you. It's really just a tech question. I'm looking for a portable hard drive that is small, like one of those small ones that you can take with you for like a laptop or whatever. It's USB 3.0, and it doesn't have any of that junky, like, built-in software. I hate that crap. Is there anything like that out there? Because I can't find it. Everywhere I look, I find one, and it's perfect, but it has a bunch of built-in software that's just going to annoy me. Is there any that doesn't, that I can just buy as is? Does anyone know if such a thing exists? If you do, let me know. Send me a private message or whatever, and I'll look into it. Anyway, that's it. So thank you for your time, and as always, to be continued. Advertise like shameless whores.